Caroline, welcome in.
Thank you.
Let's ask you about this. Why softball? Why did you choose softball? Why did you choose to play that sport?
Well, my brother played baseball and he was really good at it.
What was his first name?
Dylan.
Dylan Dunn. He played at also at Page, maybe?
No, he went to Northeast.
Northeast, Dylan Dunn. Okay, now talk more about why you chose this softball.
Well, he played and I've always watched him and he was really good and I just wanted to follow in his footsteps.
A lot of good baseball at Northeast Guilford, too. How long ago since he graduated?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, okay. So he did, that's back, gosh, he may have played on one of those teams that went toward the state championship. We had some very good teams at North. Do you remember any of those Northeast players by chance that played with your brother? Those names come back to memory?
Yeah, Shane Flippin.
Oh, yeah, okay. So that was a good team. Now, what made your team improve and get better last year? And how have you got better as a player as well?
We just practiced a lot and worked hard in the off season.
What position do you play?
I played third and outfield.
So you got some action going at third base then, right? Mm-hmm. How do you keep getting better like in the off season? I mean, is there any, it's a hot corner over at third base, a lot of action sometimes. If you're, who's your pitcher again? It was Haley Green, and Haley, I guess, got injured. Who's your pitcher for your team now? Primary pitcher?
Kelly Lewis.
Kelly Lewis. Now, Kelly's doing a good job. You won't see much action at third anyway. You don't want to see too many balls coming your way, but if they are coming your way, what keeps you down on that ball and keeps you in front of that ball and not being afraid of that ball that's coming your way?
I just have to focus and be ready for it and keep my head down.
How does the classroom help you on the softball field? I mean, the classroom, you guys have had success there. How does that make you also kind of take that classroom work and put that on the softball field to go with it? Are you able to kind of combine the two in some ways?
Yeah, I know what it takes to work hard, and working hard will get you the results that you want most of the time.
Were you excited about softball when you first came out, or has the excitement got a little bit better as time has gone on?
As time has gone on because sorry.
What about the classroom? Let's get back into tell us the subjects, the courses you're taking right now.
I'm taking Honors English, AP Statistics, AP World, Honors Chemistry, and Honors Earth Environmental.
What's going to be the hardest out of all those classes, you think?
I think AP World is the hardest because...
Who's the teacher there?
Mr. Weeks.
And Mr. Weeks? Oh, no. That's not the guy that coaches the football, is it? Norman Weeks? Mm-hmm. I know that guy pretty well. So he's actually a pretty tough teacher then. That's pretty sharp then. And that's the world history class?
Yes.
What are you guys studying there right now?
We're learning about the Chinese Golden Age.
Interesting. Were you kind of pleased by the way you saw the team improving last year as a whole on the softball field, the way this team's kind of come around? Has that been good for you?
Yeah.
And how have you so you look at this GPA here, that 4.285 GPA. What does that mean to you, and what does that mean to the team to have that kind of success?
It just makes me proud of myself.
Mm-hmm. What will you do after all this is said and done? Where do you go next? What do you do down the road?
I plan to play in college.
So you'll take that softball game, going to take that third base spot, take that on to college. Where do you think you might go one day?
I like Liberty University.
What's that again?
Liberty.
Oh, man, that's interesting. We had a guy in here last week who was going to go there. Nathan Stoner from Southern Guilford, the quarterback, was going to go to Liberty University. So that's the school you've chosen, huh?
Yes, I like that school.
I went there myself back in the day, believe it or not. I always tell these crazy stories about those schools. Have you visited up there yet?
Not yet.
I think you'll like it. I think you'll like that. It's up on the big mountain there in Lynchburg, Virginia, and just a very nice school. So the softball team might be your choice at Liberty one day. Mm-hmm. What do you think it would take to get there and maybe become a starter? Now you start for Page. What would it take to go to Liberty and maybe become a starter? Where do you think?
I'd have to put in more work and work harder in school.
What do you do, we talk about all this off-season stuff, you guys. What kind of training do you do off the softball field when you're away from school? Do you go to the batting cages, and do you do extra training away from school?
Yeah, I hit a lot, and we do speed and agility and weight training.
Do you have a personal trainer?
No.
No trainer yet? Who's your, now you're at third base, who's at shortstop?
Cameron Graves.
Cameron Graves. That side of the infield, you guys are pretty tough there then. Mm-hmm. Who's your first baseman?
Last year, it was Lauren Small.
Do you make it tough on her on those throws to first base, or make it pretty easy for her over there?
I try to make it easy.
Yep, make that throw good to first base. What about at the plate? Talk about your success with a bat. We talked about playing third base with your good defense over there. What about at the plate? What kind of hitter are you there?
I normally hit third or fourth.
And let's see, any home runs?
Yes, I had one last year.
Not bad. Was that? Have you hit one out of the stadium, out of the park? Well, not stadium, but out of the park before, out of your softball field? Can you hit one out, or is it pretty much the old inside the park home run?
No, it was out.
Hit one out over the fence. Interesting. How did you develop that strength to be able to pull that off?
I don't just hit it right.
Was that the sideline, all that extra weight training you were doing on the side to get stronger?
Yeah.
And you're hitting that too off that fast pitch. What's it about hitting that fastball that comes across the plate? You got to get all that down. What's involved in that?
You just have to keep your head down and watch it and keep your hands inside the ball.
All about that timing, right? What have you learned from Coach Albright as your head coach for the softball? What has he meant to you as a player, and how has he changed his team, helped his team get better?
Well, he reinforces respect for the game and other players, and make sure you stay focused and work hard on and off the field.
And as far as the team coming up this year, what are some of your goals for this coming season, you think, Caroline?
I hope that I can maintain my batting average last year or improve it. And I hope as a team that we can go farther than we did last year.
What was your average last year? I don't think we've established that point yet. You remember what you batted last year?
I think it was 4 something.
You made all conference too, right? Not bad at all. Had the home run, made all conference, had a little bit of maybe about 415, 420, somewhere in that range. Do you have a favorite baseball team? Do you watch baseball any of that?
I do.
Who's your favorite team there?
The Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves. Got a favorite player? Who's your favorite player?
Evan Gaddis.
Mr. Gaddis. Now, that guy's an interest. Did you ever read his background story about how he quit baseball, came back, and you did a little research too then, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Have you been to any Braves games?
I went this summer.
Not bad at all. Again, this coming season kind of set the stage for what you want to see your team do to get better and what you want to do as a player to get better this coming year.
We need to communicate on the field a little better than what we have been, and I hope to go to playoffs this year.
And what about, how do you, I'm asking you a couple extra questions here. How do you go about beating Southeast and Southern MS team? How do you beat those guys?
We have to be really focused and be prepared and not let ourselves get down before we even play them. We have to come out with confidence.
Got to be ready before you take the field against them. Do you know any of the players on the Southeast team?
Yes.
Who do you have to try to slow down off that team? Any particular players you know of?
Oh gosh, most of them.
Almost all those guys,
Yes.
right?
A lot of them play on my travel team.
Who's your travel team coach? Are you with Coach Hessenthaler? Interesting. So you've got to actually play on the same team with those girls as you girls travel, then come regular season time, you go against them on the other side.
Yeah,
Good
it's
stuff.
fun.
You enjoy soccer. Do you ever play any other sports? Anything else?
I played volleyball in middle school.
But no volleyball these days, strictly softball. Still got my attention about Mr. Weeks being your history. Is he a tough teacher, Norman Weeks?
Yeah.
What kind of grades are you making in there now? Any idea?
I have a B.
B average, trying to get the B up to an A?
Yes.
What do you got to do in his class to get that B up? Anything?
I just have to study more.
More study done. I'm going to let you roll.
Thank you.
Good job for joining us. Appreciate you doing that. Caroline
you.
Dunn with us, and Gracie is